So yeah, I pretended to be a rigid body bot for the whole time I spent in 2 free roam lobbies. Now, some of you might be wondering what that means. Basically, when you join a lobby in one of the 2 social modes of Onward, you will quite often find the static body of a player in spawn adopting the rigid body pose like this genuine bot is doing right here. I'm pretty sure that there are players who have left in a way that makes the game not take them off the server, but I don't really know for sure. Anyways, I decided it would be interesting to see what would happen if I stood in the same pose and walked around the map. But before I show you some of the best bits, here's something I noticed. After doing the intimidating yet harmless bot thing for a while, I found that this was a really good way to see if someone was super toxic or not based on their reactions. The most common reactions being confusion, interest, adoration, stunned silence, fear, and of course, incredible anger. If they shot me because I couldn't shoot back, they were pretty toxic. If they didn't, they were pretty chill. But of course, the beauty of it all comes when the 2 sides of the spectrum clash together in such a way that crazy shit starts happening, like a raid or a hitman hunting me down. Enjoy. The loadout I decided to use was a default AKM with no attachments and the Makarov, and that was it. I ditched grenades and equipment to really sell the idea that I was faking being a bot. Naturally, the first thing I do when I spawn in is die. 3 times. I then walk down a flight of stairs and I'm spawn killed 12 times. I escape a 13th death by running back up the stairs where I have this interaction.
Do you speak? Well, since you're going like that, can I have your pistol? Yeah, I'll turn around. Just drop the pistol. I'll turn around so I don't see. I won't snitch. You done yet? Alright then.
I chill with him and some toxic British kid who can't resist the urge to kill me every 30 seconds. Eventually he gets scared and runs off and I follow him, passing by this guy who honestly is pretty socially awkward. I then find these guys who for some reason aren't no-scoping the kid until he cries and are just having a chat. One of them is pretty keen to learn about the experiences of being a bot. Then some guy shows up and starts attempting to spawn kill me even though I've done literally nothing, and everyone seems to be fine with it, so I escape. I encounter the socially awkward guy again who I give a salute to. He gives a pretty meek one back. To cut a long story short, I end up aimlessly walking around for another 15 minutes until my arms got tired and I gave up. New day, same bot with the same gear and all. Fortunately, I immediately had some support because I recognized one of the people nearby as someone I had played with before, because he sounds like Charlie from Smiling Friends and is aware of that fact.
Yeah, that's oh my god, no. The shit out of him. No.
He was more scared of me than allied with me because he knew what I was capable of, but you know, same thing. Everything was relaxed and I was demonstrating my botness to the people I met when a lot of gunfire started coming in from the 3-story building on the pier. We all raided the place, but I could only hold my gun at my hip with one hand. The raid goes fine, but I decide to return to spawn and pretend to be an actual bot again. The fellas come back, and now's a good time to mention that I'm referred to as British Man a lot in the recording.
Completed. Hey, we never gave each other names. That's British guy. I'm JB. You guys can call me JB. What can I call you?
Alright, I'll be DC.
DC.
You can call me DC.
What the fuck is that guy?
We all go to the helicopter crash site, and for some reason a lot of people start shooting at us, and when I start moving back to spawn, a guy shoots me and says, "I did it." At spawn, the fellas come in and aren't sure if I'm British Man or an actual bot, but they're pretty pleased to see me anyways. It's not long before the people shooting come back and I update my software for a moment to deal with them. The word Hitman and Kill Squad gets thrown around a lot, but I manage to escape to the building on the outskirts of the factory. The fellas return and it's here where I learn the truth of the situation.
British Man, is that you?
Why did they have a
British
hit on
man.
me?
You
All
have
I've
a
ever
you
done is
have
walk around
we
in a rigid
because
body
of
part.
we're protecting you, and they're trying to kill us to get to you. There's a
Right.
death squad, a hitman.
I wasn't even near you
You're
guys
so
the whole time.
They're after you entirely.
I know, but they know we're associated with.
At this time, the hitman breaks in, so I kill him, again with one hand at my hip, and tell him his skill level.
Good work.
Your shit. A lot of enemies start flooding the building, but they're no match for us. We decide that we need to leave, but on the way out, I mow down a guy with a Glock. Unfortunately, he manages to hit me with it, and I get a teammate to apply the meds. We trek to the helicopter crash site and camp up there, and I notice there's a guy sneaking around. He walks past without noticing me, so I take him out, then my teammates start moving again. I stay behind in a shipping container to watch, and this guy comes in confused, but eventually I get bored and walk over to where the shooting is. I find the body of a friend, and eventually an alive body of a friend. The server has turned into a free-for-all at this point, so the last thing I did was an execution. This will be the last thing you ever see. So yeah, moral of the story is don't be a bot or you'll get shot and sore arms in real life. Thanks so much for watching this far. Maybe watch one of my other Onward videos or subscribe, it's up to you. I'll see you later.